Hey folks, welcome back to episode 3 of Conquest of Elysium 4. I'm playing as a Demonologist and, well, let's have a look at the situation that's going on around us. So, in the last episode, we just took this big city of Griffer, and Griffer is great. It's got loads of gold. We've got a decent supply of young virgins for sacrifice, and it's also got some trade income. So, just a little bit more info on how trading works, right? Some of these locations that we take gives you trade points, and trade basically you can use one trade point in order to buy things like iron, right? So iron is the one thing that you can buy for one trade point. So we've actually got 4. So I understand that we can actually buy 4 iron per turn. You can also buy sacrifices, and this would be 2 gold per sacrifice. So I think with 4 trade points, this basically means that we can get double the amount. So it's really useful to try to find these areas that have trade points, because it allows you to actually spend more of the gold that you earn on some of the more useful resources. We don't have a great need for iron really, although it would be useful to have some siege equipment, because we can actually recruit catapults, and they require 50 iron each. So there are at the start of the game there are a significant investment. However, we do have a couple of places here that we could take. Now, these trolls are going to be a little bit difficult with the existing army that we have. But now that we've got a decent income, and this is a decent income, we're going to start really kind of building up our economy quickly. Anyway, I'm going to send Othar down this way just to do a little bit of exploration. Yeah, he hasn't got enough men along with him to really be able to take on any of these. So we're going to start, hopefully going to get so I'd like another apprentice if we can find one. Now, we could potentially split Giles off. The thing is, having Giles in this main group makes this part of the main party actually really strong. So I've noticed a bandit camp here. Now, a bandit lair will spawn the NPCs, and we want to get rid of those. So I'm going to go and take that. And there are a couple of boars in this forest nearby. I think what I'll do is I'll go back to this farm. Oh, there's an ambush. We really need a scout in this group. I don't expect there's going to be many enemies here. And we've got a few demons, so we should be okay. Just before we end the turn, let's go to Griffer, the city that we just took. And I'm going to recruit a few more men. So I think I'm going to take some... Let's just see what we need. Yeah, we desperately need a front line here. Yeah, we desperately need a front line. Oh yeah, it's a bit more difficult to see them while they're all spread out like this, but I'm going to get some swordsmen, I think. Oops, I recruited them at the Citadel. Yeah, you've got to be careful about this, by the way. So if you go to the recruit location, make sure you select the correct city at the start. The way that they're organised is that the game kind of figures out where they are in relation to the map coordinates, and then places them in sequence relative to their positioning. But just make sure you don't do what I just did and send them to the wrong place. It's not a problem. We can always use more swordsmen. And I'm going to leave the rest of the gold because we can't actually spend any more. It would be really, really nice if we could get another apprentice. Okay, these are just bandits, look. So these will be bandits that have come from this bandit layer. Yeah, look, we've taken a few nasty hits. Oh, this archer's... He's feeble-minded and never healing wound. He obviously took an arrow to the head, but it reduces magic resistance and increases morale. So he's just become like a bit of an idiot. Spellcasters with this affliction will also have their magical abilities reduced. So yeah, that's not on kind of basic units. It's not a big problem really. In some respects, it can make melee characters better. Okay, there we go. Ah, there's another scout. We want that. So let's go to recruit units. Let's make sure we select Griffer this time and click the scout. So you'll notice the unit recruitment was in green there. So the green characters just mean that there's only one of them, whereas the black ones you can recruit as many of these as you want across all of your cities. So you could, if you had the money and the resources, you could just recruit spearmen or archers, crossbowmen in every single city if you like. But the green ones, there's usually only one of each type. Okay, so we've got some... starting to get quite a lot of sacrifices now. This is good. I'm going to start trying to get across here to retake this area. We do need to... we've got a few guys at Griffer here. Let's go via Griffer. And we'll pick up that scout. So where is he? There he is. There's the scout. And we're going to take these guys too. And I might just leave... yeah, I might just leave a couple of these damaged units. These are just battle fright. There are hotkeys, by the way. If you press the question mark here on the keyboard with the shift key, this gives you all the hotkeys that there are in the game, and you can select stuff via whether they've got battle afflictions, whether they're faster, whether they're wounded. So you could just press W and select all the wounded units if you wanted to keep them behind in a garrison. That's one great thing about this game, and the same goes for Dominions. There are ways to control the game which make it a joy to play. There's so many hotkeys and key combinations that just make it really easy. It's just superbly well designed. Okay, so let's head across to the east. Okay, there's a guard tower. Oh, and this should be relatively easy pickings. Look, there's only 3 archers, a high lord, and these guys are just swordsmen. This should be easy for us to get through. Now, I think before I go in, I will actually summon a few more demons. So we should have enough sacrifices to be able to do that next turn. Oh, and by the way, you don't have to keep scrolling the map in order to select units. You can just press the N key. N and J will scroll through the units that have still got action points left over. Okay, so we're starting to get an idea now of where our, where we are on the map. Let's just zoom out completely, and you'll see that. I think the game's kind of cool in that respect. You can't kind of cheese it. Okay, so there's one boundary there. Okay, so we're actually... yeah, we kind of want to be going this way, really, to the west. Alrighty. Let's just roll the turn on that. There's another captain available. It might be useful to have a captain on this up here, a Griffer. But instead, I think I would like to build some more crossbowmen there. So make sure we're in the right place. We can't have crossbowmen. We could have archers, though. There we go. So yeah, we've got a bunch of archers to the walls now. These a small garrison like this won't stop the AI if the AI turns up with a big force, but it will stop things like 3 random elephants. Okay, so battle mode now wants to use a special power, and let's get some demons on the go. Let's summon some demons. We have got some. We could use some of these lesser rituals to get some more spells, but actually, I was lucky really because demon summoning and infernal horde are the two of the best spells I'd say for the start of the game, because demon summoning gives you a relatively cheap demon that is actually effective. Let's go for how many have we got? We're not going to be able to get 2 this turn. I think I'm just going to go for 25. There we go, another ice demon. That guy's great. There's another spell I'd quite like to go for called Summon Imps, and that just gives you it's much cheaper. There's only 10. It only takes 10 sacrifices, so for about 11 or 12 every turn, you can kind of pump out a horde of nasty little flying critters, and some of them are, they en masse they can be pretty nasty for the AI to deal with. Okay, so let's move in and take this tower. Oops, that was the wrong way. Well, that was actually good that we did that, because now we've got more of a choice. So 3 bandits, 3 slingers. Look at this, we've got 2 towers next to one another. That's really weird. That's one of the things with these procedurally generated games. You can just get some really interesting stuff like that. Okay, so there's a graveyard here with long dead and a soulless. Now this wraith these guys are strong. Cold resistance, poison resistance. They're undead. They've got an immunity to sleep, immunity to charm. They're ethereal, which means they're very hard to damage with non-magical attacks. So non-magical attacks have a 75% chance of just passing through. This guy's he also causes fear. So it causes morale check penalties, or you flee. That's nasty. I was talking about these with Jackalore actually in the Discord. He was I think his words were F wraiths. I feel exactly the same about them. So wraiths are pretty nasty. They've also got this wraith sword. Any humanoid killed by this attack will become a dispossessed spirit. So it not only does a decent amount of damage, it also turns your characters into demons, and they into undead, and they can cast spells. So this is a nasty character, and I think we'd probably be okay taking him on with this lot. But yeah, we should do that really. There's only a couple of soulless. Let's take this one first. We'll get the more difficult one out of the way, the slightly more difficult one, and I'm going to send the Othar back up. Might send him back up to that library. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So he can only move one space this turn. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. You should be able to, but I really like the music in this game. I'm not really a big kind of fantasy folk music fan, but I think the music in this game is really, really well done. The artist who made it is obviously really good. Okay, so here we go. We're attacking this guard tower. This should fall fairly quickly, so I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Oh, we blasted one of the archers there straight away. See, now this guy's got decaying, so we cast the Bone Devil casts an attack called Decay, and this is a really horrible spell. It just causes them to rot away. So suffering from decay usually means certain death. A decaying unit will take damage every combat round until it dies. So once they've got this, they're dead basically. He's also afraid now, unsurprisingly. So you'll see that he'll be taking hit points of damage every single turn. So even if no one's actively attacking him, he's just going to die. And it's the same with poison, but decay's much more deadly than poison, because I mean, like, now he's got poison and he's got decay, and he's got poison 6. So he's going to take 6 hit points worth of poison damage, and that will be split out over a number of turns. So poison and decay are really, really powerful. He's going to die next turn. I thought that we hit him with something, but I think it must have missed. So these are the little imps that I'm talking about. Look, they're flying. They don't do a lot of damage. They only do 1 to 4 damage with a claw. But en masse, and the fact they can fly right over walls, right? So they can just fly through the barricades of these places. Now this, yeah, he's been poisoned. Yeah, and he's dead. There we go. Easy job. Back into the winter. It's 4 soulless. That's not enough to threaten us here. So let's just see. I've missed if there was anything to recruit. These 2 towers are recruitable places as well. Actually, it would be good for us to... they've taken that brigand layer again. I think it would be good for us actually to start clearing this area before I move up this way. I've just got a few units here. You can leave units wherever you want on the map, by the way, and often it's useful to leave them in key positions to defend certain areas, just bearing in mind that they'll only be as good as the units that you leave. So let's use a special power. I think we can move into this. Yeah, okay, let's try this. So go to special power. And let's summon 25. There we go. Another lesser demon. The one with lots of tentacles. It has lots of attacks. So let's move in this way. And this other chap down here in the south is going to move back north. And that is it for this turn. So these flying demons are going to probably just fly straight over the walls here. There we go. I love the fact that you can just blast out poison. Oh, by the way, when I was looking at this before, I was watching the video back, and I noticed that I didn't even look at what this golden claw does. It's a magic attack. So that's one of the things that these guys have got going for them. They actually do magical attacks with their damage, and 1 to 7 is pretty good anyway. So actually, they've got 2 attacks, 2 magical attack damage, and that's really handy. Certain creatures could be quite difficult to fight if you haven't got magical attacks. For example, the wraith that we were looking at earlier, that's a creature that you really want to be taking out with magical attacks. Okay. Oh, we've got a sorceress and an initiate of the Metal Order. These characters are two wizard characters. Now, I don't think I have enough of the sorceress. Sorceress is a level Silver Arcana level 2. There's loads of different schools of magic in this game, by the way. There's loads of them. At some point, I'll get the manual out and we can have a look at them, perhaps. But yeah, so she would be really good, but we can't afford her, unfortunately. There's a captain available, as usual. But then we've got this initiate of the Metal Order. And he's got a magic spell set called the Metal Arcana. The Metal Orders are the oldest and most well-respected of all the wizard orders. The initiate starts with a basic education that lays the foundation for higher studies. This includes many household and gardening tasks to build the necessary character and discipline. Only after being an initiate for 20 years can it be determined which of the orders are most suitable for each particular initiate. There are 3 different metal orders: silver, gold and iron. Gold might sound better than the others, but there is no rank amongst them, and the Golden Order was actually founded after the other 2 metal orders. That's why I like this game's great. There's loads of this cool little lore in there. I think I'm going to get this guy. So it might be a good idea to get him somewhere close to the library so that we can send him over. So let's get him going at Griffer, I think, and we'll have him. Alternatively, we could have him going with battle mode and we could split Giles off. That's another option. Now we've got 2 guard towers, so we've just got to be a bit careful about where we recruit. I think it'll be this one. Yeah, 26 units here. It's definitely this one. So let's recruit Dernan. And so Giles here is going to go back to Griffer. We probably want to send some men with him. And then battle mode and Dernan can move together. What has he got? He's got Iron Skin. Gives whoever it affects +2. +2 armor, sorry. And then Paralyze as well, which is really useful. Yeah, he's actually pretty good. Maybe I'll just keep them all together for the time being and just have them as a sort of super stack. Okay, so we should prioritize taking this village here so we can get the sacrifices, I think. There we go. And then we'll go and get the gem deposit as well. Maybe consider leaving someone around here. We do need to start retaking this hamlet as well. It looks like the brigands have come back in, or whoever it is. Actually, this could be a bit. We might have to be a bit careful here. All is not lost if we lose Griffer. We can go and get it back. I don't want to have to. If I don't have to. Let's move Othar up that way too. Okay. Battle mode is going to... there we are, look. There's a couple of earth gnomes. So these cast earth magic. They're quite resistant to physical attacks as well. I don't think there'll be any match for us. Let's go and take those guys out. And Othar is going to move up. Yeah, we're going to move up this way. And perhaps explore this area before we head up here. Now, Griffer, I'm going to actually build some more men here. So, what do we want? Let's get some crossbowmen. Crossbowmen fire slower, but they've got stronger attacks. Okay, there we go. Right, those walls are relatively well defended now for just random wandering monsters. Let's see how we go against these, what they call earth gnomes. There we go. So the poison attack didn't do anything. Arrows aren't really having much effect either. Oh, what was that? Paralyzed. Okay, so we managed to get a paralysis off on one of them. That was this guy here. That was Dernan of the Initiated the Metal Orders. He got a paralyze attack in. Yeah, he was a good buy. And look, even though we're doing small amounts of damage, we're still doing critical hits on them. So this one's got a chest wound. Strength reduced by 1 and maximum hit points reduced by 20%. Even Bloodburst didn't do anything there. Yeah, these guys are actually quite tough. You'll see that they're really tanking up a lot of damage. It would be nice if we had the spell Hellbound Heart, because then we could actually steal these guys. Oh no, look. Earth Gripped. The grip victim cannot do anything until it breaks free by making a successful strength test versus 2d6. So yeah, they can actually hold characters in place as well. Let's imagine if you had a whole load of these. Like, there's an elementalist character, I think, who can summon stuff like that, and that's a really cool thing to have in your army. Okay, so we're done there. So the spring is here. Let's move Othar up. 3 scouts. Oh, they've got bows. We don't have. Othar doesn't have many men, although we should win that. Yeah, let's just leave that for a moment. And actually, I'll use the other. I might actually use the Ritual of Lesser Mastery here, just so we can get another level 1 spell. Personal Gate. Okay. Visiting Inferno is quite easy for a Demonologist. With this ritual, he negotiates a safe passage there for himself alone. Unfortunately, getting back from those is not quite as easy. Can be cast anywhere. So right, this takes us to... There are different planes in Elysium. Okay, so at the moment, we're currently on Elysium, but then you've got... There's 5 other planes, and one of them is Hades, where the dead live. One of them is Inferno, which is kind of like hell. There's an elemental plane, I think, and there's one called the Void, which is kind of like some sort of Cthulhu mythos sort of dimension where horrors live. And I forget what the other one is now. It will come to me. So, yeah, so there's actually... When I said I think it was episode 1, where I was like, bear with this game, because whilst it looks kind of simple at the start, some of the abilities that your characters get, and there are gameplay mechanics kind of hidden away that start to come to the fore during the end game, and they can be really crazy. Like the Demonologist, for example, you can open gates to hell, and once they are open, they stay open, and every turn that demons will just start pouring out, and they'll turn into like wandering monsters, and they'll just rampage across the world and just attack everybody. And it's a viable tactic, basically, just to go into your opponent's territory, open up a few of these hell gates, and then just watch the demons pour out. And you know, obviously you're going to be attacked by them yourself at some point, but it's just... And that is just one example of so many tactics. Another, just speaking about Hades, a friend of mine was talking to me the other day, saying how he was in a multiplayer game and he was losing, and he went into Inferno and just hid down there. So he was like just hanging around and kind of doing kind of conquests and colonizing down in the Inferno realm, and the other players couldn't get at him. It was like, it's probably a bit of a cheap, cheesy tactic, but I just thought it just allows for really creative things like that. It's great. I mean, one man's creativity is another man's exploit, of course, but I did like that story. I thought it was really cool. I'm just going to go and hide in hell. Yeah, these bandits are actually quite... There's quite a lot of them. Oh, there's an assassin available. We can't afford him. 3 Biggins, 4 scouts. 4 Biggins, 3 scouts. Let's send battle mode over to sort this out. Ooh. There's a gem deposit with 3 possessed spirits here. I think I'll take that. That should be easy for us to deal with. This guy should be able to take out the brigands. And have you noticed that because we've got the scout, we were able to see these? I think if we didn't have the scout in our party, we wouldn't be able to see these brigands in here. So we actually know what we're up against now. I might just build a few more men here. No, I'll leave it because I'd like to save some money in case there's a better leader unit that turns up. I think I'll just attack with those. We should be able to take most of these guys out before they do too much damage. It's just those scouts with the bows, look. We might lose a few men here. We've lost one. And we've been lucky, so we've taken some damage and we lost one man, but we don't have any critical wounds on any of the others. So we did well there. Now these dispossessed spirits, these are undead, and they've got all the trappings of being the undead. So you know, the cold resistance, the resistance to charm, immunity, and sleep, and that kind of stuff. And they're also ethereal, but we've got some creatures that can attack with magic attacks. So we actually got a couple of lucky dice rolls there anyway, and the physical attacks of the crossbows managed to take them out. Now, what is this guy's had? He's leveled up, but he's also got this medallion. +1 gold per month and +2 trade every month. That's amazing. So the trader's medallion. So yeah, you can... sometimes the characters, they come with magic items as well. So that's a really good one. Ooh. We're being attacked in our city. Griffer. I think we'll be able to manage this one. Now, we don't have any melee troops. We're relying entirely on... relying entirely on crossbows, and these guys are kind of wounded as well. I don't think these guys are going to get through though. They won't get through the gates. There we go. Oh, there's a cultist available. I'm so glad I saved that money. Right, let's get him. And where do we want him? I think we should probably have him... Let's get him a Griffer so we can start exploring the rest of Elysium. So let's get that. We'll do that first. So Griffer, and then we'll buy Guinan the Cultist. Now when they're in blue, I think when they're in blue it means that they can actually harvest something. Anyway, let's get that guy. So having like more magic using leaders is really helpful, because obviously you can just start using having more armies. And as far as I know in this game, there's no upkeep costs on armies, on army size, unlike in Dominions. So you can rampage around with huge armies. Okay. I'll send Othar to clear out these bandits from this farm. And battle mode is going to go into this. Finally, we're going to go and clear out these dwarves. Dwarves are they're quite tough. They've got armor, so they have 2 armor, so they reduce damage by 2. So things like bowmen really struggle to do much damage to them. They've also got fire and cold resistance. And they have a shield too, so they're actually quite tough. And the arbalest does a lot of damage, look. So let's just see how we do here. I don't think we're going to have any trouble. There we go. And oh yes, so this is our new guy, Guinan. He's got Flame Burst and Spontaneous Combustion. These are both area of effect. Oh no, Flame Burst is just a single square target, but this actually hits over an area. Spontaneous Combustion, actually, I thought that one was negated by magic resistance, but it's not. So actually this guy's going to be quite good in combat. Oh. Yeah, we perhaps attacked a little bit too soon. We maybe should have healed some of our men, but this is okay. There we go. Okay, we lost a few guys there, but it's nothing too serious. Let's go for these dwarves, but we've got a front line of demons. I don't think this is going to be a big problem. Yeah, look, we got poison attacks in on them straight away. So even if we don't do a huge amount of damage with things like missiles, they're going to take some steady damage. Yeah, you see how these arrows are all missing? Or they're not missing, they're hitting, but they're just not doing enough damage. Okay, we've lost one of those demons. In fact, we're going to lose a second one, I believe. You'll see why I waited before I took on this battle, because the army that I had earlier on when we were examining it wasn't sufficient for the kind of things that we're going up against. For this really heavy armor, well, it's relatively heavy armor, and the shield. Like, you'll see that they're actually resisting a lot of damage. what's great is this will actually tell you exactly what's going on. So anything, you know, if a shield parry reduces the damage, it will tell you. So it's really nice for being able to tell you what's happening. Okay, the Dwarven Commander's running. He's been poisoned. He's panicked. He's going to die. He's going to die before he runs off the field, I reckon. There we go. Okay, so Spurchios the Warlock has been eliminated. The last commander was slain by Shiloh the High Priestess. Okay, so we've lost another AI. Let's just have a look at the player overview. So Servius and Spurchios are both eliminated. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opponents left on this big map still. They might be quite strong by the time that we find them. I think this was about the right amount of AI players for this game. Okay, so we've now taken this coal mine, so we've got even more metal income, which is great. And some more money as well. I think we should head towards this iron mine and take this one next. So we probably want to head straight over. Yeah, I'm just going straight this way. Four scouts and 2 brigands. We will lose men if we attack with those. Perhaps, let's have a look at this. That's better. I might go with him. Let's just recruit a few more units there first. Take some swordsmen, just they're slightly stronger. And they have the shield as well. And just go to transfer units and we'll just get these swordsmen in. I might just leave one of these. Oh no, we'll leave it. I don't think anyone's going to take it. So Othar can go and look at this. Have a look at this bandit camp here. 2 scouts, 2 brigands. So you can see how, you know, in this era, there are plenty of little villages because we're in the agricultural era, but there are loads of bandits as well. So humans have started to really take a hold and they're pushing the wildlife back a little bit. You know, you'll find most of the wildlife stuff is in mountains and woods. You know, more of the sort of exotic monsters kind of in the more remote areas. But in the agricultural areas, you've got loads of bandits and stuff. So it's got such a cool flavour to it. Okay, so this is our new cultist, Guion. Let's see if we get some spells off. Some of these one of those area effect spells would be nice. Yeah, there we go. That was spontaneous combustion, and it just set them on fire. And again, oh yeah, that was spontaneous combustion again too. You don't get to pick which spells you use, and so just a little word about that. I guess, like, as with Dominions, you don't get any direct control over the combat, and I think some people find that, you know, they're like, why would you do that? But one, it makes the combat much faster, and it, you know, particularly with the way that it resolves. Now, that's not always the case, and you'll see later on if we get some very big battles, the battles can take a little while to play out, just as in Dominions. But it means with minimal setup, you've still got some tactical options for how you engage the enemy with regards to the spells that you choose and the unit composition. But yeah, it all plays out well, so it doesn't really detract from how quickly you can play the game. I mean, look, I've been playing for this for what, an hour and a half, just over, and we've already taken, you know, a fair proportion of the map, and the game's only just getting started. So I'm going to play this last turn, and then I'm going to finish. So let's get Guion up here. Oh, we've been ambushed. That's no problem, and we'll move Othar this way, and we'll just do some exploring. So there's some more brigands up in these woods. There was a brigand lair there too. I probably could have taken that, but that's okay. Battle mode is going to go and take this. Is going to take on these trolls. I think we can take these guys out. Yeah, we're going to take some casualties. I don't know if I might actually just get some. I might build some more units. Might get some more demons first just to tackle these. 22, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it's just. I'm going to go for 25. Excellent. And then we might take some more. Or I could use the Ritual Mastery and get myself a second level 2 spell. No, I'm going to go for the Demons. And one more. There we go. Now we've got a veritable horde of monsters with which to take on these guys next turn. Excellent. Maybe we'll save some money and actually go and buy some spells for Durnan when we get to the magical library. That could be fun. Okay. So we were ambushed in this farm. I don't think we're going to have any problems here. There we go. Look, yeah. We drastically outnumber them. Wasn't the wisest thing for those bandits to do, to ambush such a big group of us. Oh, we've got a bear coming in that side. Oh, that's annoying. We have got a captain here. Yeah, we do want to recruit in the citadel, so let's get some crossbowmen. I might... Oh, there's 4 bears. There's quite a lot. We're going to need some more units to take those. I think I'm just going to play this one. I've got that one more turn thing going on. Okay, so how many guys were here? 2 scouts, 4 brigands. We're running low on men here. I'm not going to attack those. Let's just explore. So we found a watchtower. And there's just a bunch more brigands in these woods. So I might just go and grab this brigand lair to stop any more enemies spawning. Let's recruit in Griffith some archers, just so we've got someone guarding that city, because it's quite profitable and lucrative. And then battle mode, we're going to go and take these trolls on, and there's plenty of goblins to keep us busy too. So here we go. Now we've got to be careful because they've got enough men that they can get around our battle line. So hopefully we can whittle these goblins down pretty quick. And as you'll see, that's what's happening. We've got quite a lot of missile units which seem to be taking down these lower tier units. Ah, look. Okay, so we've actually got Decay now on the troll. So they're going to take damage every turn. Now I don't know if regeneration will heal this. A unit with regeneration will heal roughly 1/20th. That's 5% of its hit points each combat round until it's killed. Battle afflictions are also healed, but they will take at least 1 month to heal. A regenerating creature that is killed will continue to regenerate unless its negative hit points are more than half of its maximum hit points. So you've got to keep basically... I mean, it will actually keep regenerating unless you do a really mighty blow to it. So these can be nasty to take on. I'll just leave it on the slow. So the goblins... Oh, wow. The troll just bashed one of our demons straight down. So we're getting it with these lesser demons attacking it with the tentacles and doing some quick fire damage. Yeah, see there, that's actually regenerating. And I think this guy's regenerating the decay. So he's poisoned, he's poisoned, he's got decay, but he's actually regenerating as well. So you see how strong these trolls can be. They do massive damage as well with these great clubs. Like that's 1 to 7 damage plus 13. So they're doing like 14 to 20 damage every time they hit. But we outnumber them. So there's not a lot they can do, I don't think. That sound effect. It's like some really low resolution didgeridoo sound. Oh, we paralyzed that troll. That was a good move by that guy. Oh, and then we've just got a we've got a diseased goblin here as well. There we go. That was a cool battle. Yeah, it's great. So you've got you're kind of decaying these trolls, and at the same time they're regenerating the damage that you're doing, just like even faster than you're doing it to them. Okay, Right, I'm going to leave the episode here, guys, because it's we've run over a little bit. So, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments. If there's any expert players who want to comment on my playstyle and give me some advice, I'd be more than welcome to listen to it. I don't always take advice, but I always read it. So, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next episode. See you later.